So how can you tell if he is boyfriend material or not? Well, that is what we are talking about in this video today. So make sure that you stick around all the way to the very end if you are trying to figure out the signs of whether this person is boyfriend material or not. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Danny and I'm a love and self-esteem coach that works with gay and bisexual men in all matters of love, relationships, and self-esteem. So if you find yourself in a position where you are asking the question, how do I know if this is going to become a relationship? How do I know if this person is boyfriend material? There are a few things that I want you to take into consideration. What we're actually going to be covering is how to tell if they are not. Oftentimes, I think it's important to identify certain signs that they are just not ready for a relationship, because it can be very easy for us to convince ourselves that they are, right? And I know I talk a lot about looking at the positive side of things and looking at the green flags and all of that stuff. But in this particular situation, we're going to be looking at the red flags. So the first one is he's inconsistent. Right? So he's not consistent with his communication. He's not consistent in the things that he's saying. His words and actions do not match up, right? He is not congruent, which means, let's say, for example, you guys have been seeing each other for a couple of weeks and you're noticing a pattern in his texting where, for example, he'll text you for a few days and then all of a sudden he'll disappear for a day or two or for an extended period of time, and then he'll pop back up again. Or you start to notice that there are times where he is very involved in the conversation and other times where he's just not involved whatsoever and responding with one-word answers or one sentence or whatever the case may be. What you are wanting to look for here is an individual who is consistent, right? Because that's already a sign to me that he's going to be very up and down and that he's not investing the time and energy into getting to know you as much as he should be. The second thing here is that he does not introduce you to his social circle or any of his family members. Now, this is a big sign for me. Now, granted, this is dependent on how long you guys have been dating for, right? This is not one of those situations where you've gone on 2 or 3 dates and then you're upset because he hasn't introduced you to his family or his friends. No, that would be unrealistic. I am talking about somebody that you have been seeing for an extended period of time, right? Weeks on end, maybe even some months, and you have yet to meet his social circle. You've yet to meet his family. At that point, for me, it's a bit of a red flag, right? Why is it that he's not wanting to introduce you to his social circle? Is it that he is kind of keeping your relationship separate from all of those things? And at the end of the day, if you're trying to build a strong, sustainable relationship with somebody, there should be some integration that's involved here, right? He should be wanting to integrate you into his life, just as you should be wanting to integrate him into yours. The third thing here is that he is overly flirtatious. I see this happen time and time again. I will be out at a restaurant with my partner and we'll be, enjoying a meal, lunch, dinner, whatever the case may be. And I'm kind of looking around the room and I'm observing and seeing what's going on. And I see a lot of people on what would appear to be first dates. I see a lot of people on dates in general. And I'm seeing people looking at other people, giving them those kind of like, you know what I'm talking about, those flirtatious stares and promiscuous looks. And like, I've even seen people get up to go use the restroom and go talk to somebody else. Like, come on. If you're going to invest the time into getting to know somebody, then that person should be your primary focus. That person should be the one that you're paying attention to on that date. So if you notice that this person is being overly flirtatious, that they are, not really paying attention to you when you guys go out, and they're far more interested in what's going on around them and who is around them, that is definitely something that you should be aware of. The fourth one here is he's not ready for a relationship. And please, 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 when somebody tells you I am not ready for a relationship, please listen to them. If you are looking for a relationship and that person says to you, I'm not ready in a relationship, Doesn't mean that you have to be mean about it, rude about it, ghost them, whatever. It's one of those situations where you can say, okay, I completely appreciate you being transparent and honest with me. I am in a position where I'm looking for a serious relationship, so this just isn't going to work out. Loved getting to know you. Wish you nothing but the best. If you sit there and try to convince yourself that you will be the person to change him, you are in for a rough road. Now, I am not saying that that has not happened before, right? I'm not saying there aren't circumstances or situations where you put yourself out there, you're dating, and you're not in the dating, you don't want a serious relationship, but you just meet that person that makes you want a relationship. That absolutely happens, right? That is a part of dating and relationships. But if that person is saying to you after, let's say, a couple dates, a few weeks of knowing each other that, look, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship or anything serious, I'd rather keep it casual, then you have to evaluate for that, for yourself at that point, if that's something that you want to continue placating, if that's something that you want to invest time and energy into. Because if you're looking for a serious relationship, that's going to be a waste of your time. The other thing here is he only wants to hang out at night. If he only wants to hang out with you when the sun goes down, then Boo Boo Bear, that's more of like a hookup casual situation. Granted, there are people who have very crazy work schedules and maybe they are only available at night because they work the morning shift, or maybe they work overnight shifts and they sleep during the day, and the only time that they have off is at nighttime, and that's I get all of that, right? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is it feels very casual. It feels like they are hiding you. It feels like they are wanting to keep the dynamic, the relationship, whatever it is, under wraps. And when you do meet up with him at night, it's usually to be intimate, to hook up, to have sex, to do all those things. At that point, I would say, he's probably not boyfriend material. He's probably looking at this situation as more of a casual situation or a hookup situation. And the last thing here, and this is the biggest red flag of them all, is he refuses to delete any of his dating apps or his hookup apps. If you are in this situation, walk away. If you're looking for a relationship, if you're looking for a boyfriend, if you're looking for love, then he's not it. If he refuses to delete his dating apps or his hookup apps, it's because he is not viewing you as somebody who he wants to invest the time and the energy into building a healthy, sustainable relationship. Number one. Number two, it may also have to do with his own personal insecurities and where he is at in his life and his inability to commit to a relationship. That does not mean that it has to do with you. So I want you to be very clear here. Do not blame yourself for that. Do not think that you were unable to change him or convince him that you were good enough to be in a relationship with. No, that's a them problem. That is not a you problem. So if you encounter somebody who refuses to delete their apps, it's not worth it. You're going to waste your time. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what your situation is, or if you've been in that situation before, tell me what some of your red flags are, and how you've been able to identify whether somebody is boyfriend material or not. Love to have these interactions with you, because at the end of the day, that is what it is all about. Please make sure you are subscribing and liking if you are enjoying these videos, and I will provide you with all the information to my other social media platforms in the description down below. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.